Hello and thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of the program. It's Lenton Maritime, where we'll bring to you the very best of the happenings in the maritime sector. My name is Brownson, Unwana, your host, and I must tell you that the program today is well loaded for your viewing pleasure. Now, on the program today, we'll be talking about what freight forwarders must do to protect themselves from dubious importers. And also, I'll be giving you some updates of what went down at the Tinkan Island port last week, where a press conference ensued, where lots of things were revealed. Also, the program today, Inalego Ame, the commandant of NDLEA Apapa Command, has taken a bow after completing his 36 years of service. We'll be giving you that details later on the program. But first, let's take a very quick break. When we come back, we serve you the details. Don't go away.
At International Supply Chain Systems Limited, ISCS, we provide our clients with customized import-export services to meet their unique needs.
We understand that timeliness is key to saving from demurrage.
That's why we have a team of professionals to assist you with proper paperwork for efficient customs clearing.
Our services include cargo clearing and consolidation shipping, cargo warehousing and storage, general import and consultancy.
Come talk to us today at 7A Ibikunle Akite Street, Apapa, Lagos. You can call us on 081-6227-1120, 081-2763-3510, or you can send us an email, info@iscslimited.com. For more information, visit our website, www.iscslimited.com. ISCS, more than logistics.
Welcome back. Now, the maritime sector never go to bed, so does Lenton Maritime, and of course Nigeria Maritime TV. We comb the corner of the maritime sector to bring to you the very best of the stories as it breaks. Now, here are some stories that make the headlines during the week. Enjoy it.
The incessant and rampant hijacking of already cleared containers from the port by the CG Strike Force has continued to generate lots of controversies, as some stakeholders say it shows a lack of trust and confidence in the customs operation, especially area controllers and other resident officers in the port. Customs Strike Force Zone A has been described as a den of extortionists by shippers and freight forwarders who leverage on illegal and corrupt fees called booking to further extort importers and their agents along the highway and beyond. The angry stakeholders allege that even though the unit is a duplication of duty from the customs in the port, the Strike Force Zone A merely harasses and extorts money from shippers and their agents to enrich themselves. President of the Patriot Anti-Corruption Initiative, Stephen Ibe, who doubles as a shipper and freight forwarder, and Godfrey Unwosu, Tinkan Chapter Chairman, African Association of Professional Freight Forwarders and Logistics of Nigeria, AFLON, shared their experiences with us.
I have proof of whatever I'm saying. Before, to book them, a 40-footer container is 100,000. What are you booking? This is corruption. You want to do your work, do your work. They carry containers on the road and say that they are carrying it based on special information. No information. Many containers will go there. You go and they open file for you. You start clearing the container again. They perform examination. To perform examination in that place is 60,000 naira at the FOU Ikeja. You understand? And that is bribe before they for a customer after performing to give you a report at the FOU. All of the FOU, Federal Operation Unit, and the CG Strike Force, all of them are in the same place there. They to write report for you there, have an amount. So,
talking about what they do, if you ask me, they are doing nothing. What happens in strike forces? Their procedure, before the coming of Controller Olowede, they will go to shipping lines, get shipping manifests. I don't know when that becomes the procedure. From the shipping manifest, they will now block shipment. Before you make a declaration, you will be told that your bill of lading, the BL number is blocked by strike force. You will now go to strike force, they will open it, giving them window to come be part of examination. You don't have anything against that. After examination, what happens? You have between the command resident officers to contend with and the CGC strike force unit to contend with. Argument of value, argument of declaration. One will tell you your value is low, while this other one have released your cargo to you.
As the question of trade facilitation is still a mirage, these freight forwarders believe if the Controller General of Customs replaces all port officers with men of the Strike Force and Federal Operation Unit (FOU), this might help solve the issue of duty valuation accuracy.
But we are preparing, because we cannot go to that issue without good lawyers. Well, very soon we'll be in court with the Controller General of Customs. We have been saying it. Controller General of Customs, if you know that the custom officers in the port, they don't know what they are doing, then remove them and push those ones that you trust, these officers of your CG Strike Force, so that they will go there and do it, because they are creating a lot of high-handedness, corruption, and all whatnot.
Brownson, Unwana, for Nigerian Maritime TV. Nigerian Customs Service Tinkan Island Command have recorded 132,246.50 metric tons of exported cargo, which represents an increase of 73% from 100,500 metric tons recorded in 2021. Controller Dekule Oloyede, while briefing newsmen of his command's performance in the first half of the year, said the Tinkan Command has collected over 274.3 billion revenue to the federal government coffers between the period of January and June 2022.
Between January 1st and 31st June 2022, Tinkan Island Port Command recorded a collection of 274 billion 327 715 million 179,022 kobo only in revenue. This is a 27.50% increase from last year's collection of 229 billion 321 million 865,091 naira only within the period under review.
In the area of smuggling, the command made several seizures, which include 145 kg of Colorado, also known as Indian hemp, 206,000 pieces of machetes, 406 bales of used clothes, among others. Controller Oloyede says that the Tinkan Highland Command will continue to provide a conducive environment for trade facilitation through engagement with relevant stakeholders and sister agencies.
Area of enforcement and anti-smuggling activities of the command, various seizures and detentions were made. These include 145 kilogram of Colorado Indian hemp concealed in 2 units of Ridgeline trucks and 2 units of Toyota Corolla vehicles, 206,000 pieces of machetes, 640 bales of used clothes, 236,500 pieces of used shoes, 62,500 pieces of new ladies' shoes, 1,670,400 pieces of chloroquine injection, 1,814,400 pieces of Novogen injection, 48,850 rolls of cigarettes, and 23,800 tins of sodium bromate and baking powders.
Brownson, Unwana, for Nigerian Maritime TV.
Also on the program this week, Inalego Ame, the commandant of NDLEA Apapa Command, has taken a bow after completing his 36 years of service. We'll be giving you that details later on the program. But first, let's take a very quick break. When we come back, we serve you the details.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Apapa Special Area Command, shower encomium on Commander Inalego Ame at a special event organized to mark his retirement from the agency after completing the mandatory 35 years in service. Acting Commander of the Apapa Command, Commander Jonah Aguba, while delivering his keynote address, described the outgoing commander as a visionary leader and praises his impact in combating drug abuse and illicit drug trafficking.
What we are here to do this morning is not just a celebration of a man proceeding on retirement. It is a celebration of elegance and excellence. A man of dignity, a man of integrity, honesty, humility, accountability, ability, capability, and nobility.
Stakeholders were not left out as they took turns to commend Ame for his selfless service to the nation.
I congratulate you, and with all the accolades said so far and the quotations from Shakespeare, you can see that you have here a very great individual.
I do not need to say so much because everyone has said it all. Ame has this kind of calm mien and a motivating atmosphere anywhere he gets to. He surely is a man of legacy.
I'm not surprised personally about what we've heard today concerning all the good messages, the good ways, and the accolades about Mr. Ame. Well, sometimes it's very hard to say goodbye, but it's part of life. However, the good will and also the good job you have done while you're in the course of your service, you've done necessarily very well.
He's been a colleague. He's been there. I mean, we worked together in the Southeast before we were brought back to the Southwest. And, you know, there's one slogan he always says, we go wash them. You know, when he sends you that monthly, say we go wash them. And then we go wash them.
On his part, Ame, who is also known as Bridge Builder, while speaking with journalists, expressed gratitude to God and to his colleagues for their cooperation and diligence in carrying out their duties. He also expressed confidence in the new leadership of the command to continue from where he left off.
Well, like a popular Nigerian traditional law says, it is better to walk away than to be carried away. And for me, this is like walking away in glory. When you have attestation from your colleagues, people, sister agencies, and strategic stakeholders on this job applauding your services, is a thing of fulfillment for me. I know the drug war is not a war that has been won. And so even as I step out or step aside, everything that I have in me, I will still channel into complementing the work of the agency.
Welcome back. Now, a special congratulations to Inalego Ame, the commandant, or I want to say former commander of NDLEA Apapa. I met him a couple of times. A very fantastic man who gave very best of service. Now, it reminds me sometime last month where we had the day against drug abuse. We saw the impact he made in Apapa, and of course in the environment, Ajigula and the like, secondary school students coming together, going as far as educating major stakeholders in the industry. Fantastic one, but he has bowed out of service in style, and we can only hope that the incoming commander would even surpass his legacy. Now, talking about false declaration, like we said earlier on the program, now freight forwarders have been victim of some of importers I want to say dubious acts, because most of these freight forwarders are not very privy to what's inside a container. They are only handed the bill lading and some other related documents, and of course the process begins. But most times when it comes to declarations, what's in the bill lading is oftentimes different from what we find in these containers, and before you know it, the importers are on the run, and the only people that is very close to the authority are the freight forwarders. Now, this report, we were at Apapa, sorry, I beg your pardon, Tinkan Highland Port, where the Tinkan controller of that command gave an account of some incidents that went down in that custom command.
The Nigerian Customs Service Tinkan Command have arrested one suspect in connection with the forgery of the Customs Area Controller, Comptroller Adekunle Oloyede's signature for the purpose of clearing some vehicles. The command also made detention of 3 containers of batteries with about 3,303 pieces falsely declared as 3 used units of Toyota Hiace buses. Some other seizures made by the command include 4 units of used Max truck heads, 1 unit of Toyota Squirrel 2008 model, 1 unit of Mercedes-Benz GL450 2008 model, and 1 unit of used 2011 Toyota 4Runner. Comptroller Oloyede, while addressing journalists at the railroad terminal in Tinkan, said even though the importers are on the run, a freight forwarder and a suspect has been handed over to DSS for further investigation.
So on the same case of forgery, you have 1 unit of Toyota Sequoia 2008 model. You have 1 unit of Mercedes-Benz GL450, which is the white car there, and 1 unit of used 2011 Toyota 4Runner, all with forged signature of the Custom Area Controller. When we introduced VIN valuation, the non-standard VIN application has to be approved by the CAC. Reason, so that we can have data on what are non-standard, and also for the provision in the non-standard environment where we provided for salvage vehicle and also accidented vehicle. I'm supposed to be able to determine what if a vehicle is actually salvaged or is accidented. For accidented vehicles, the chassis must be broken, the airbags must be out. And for salvage vehicle, there must be a certificate of salvage from the country of origin. So this part of clearance procedure has been bestowed on my desk. So I need to approve. So in trying to approve this, I think they decided before it should still be machine outside. But the system has taken care of machine outside. Because we have not automated that part of signation, that is why we will do this. But very soon, we are going to go away from this manual type of signature to the automated signature.
At International Supply Chain Systems Limited, ISCS, we provide our clients with customized import-export services to meet their unique needs.
We understand that timeliness is key to saving from damage.
That's why we have a team of professionals to assist you with proper paperwork for efficient customs clearing.
Our services include cargo clearing and consolidation shipping, cargo warehousing and storage, general import and consultancy,
Come talk to us today at 7A Ibikunle Akite Street, Apapa, Lagos. You can call us on 081-6227-1120, 081-2763-3510, or you can send us an email, info@iscslimited.com. For more information, visit our website, www.iscslimited.com. ISCS, more than logistics.
Do you want your cargo cleared as fast as possible? At Maritime Global Food Limited, we are experts in import, export, and customs brokerage. Visit us today at number 1/3 Creek Road, Apapa, Lagos, or call 080-306-35769 or 070-270-31487. You can also email us at matixglobal23@yahoo.com. Maritime Global Food Limited. Proudly Nigerian, proudly global.
Wow, that's the story right there. But joining me at this time to make more sense of that report is the Deputy National President, Seaport of the National Association of Government Approved Freight Forwarders, Chief Afam Chukwuma, joins me at this time. Thank you for joining us on the program today, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Brownson.
Yes, now let's look at freight forwarders, their duties, responsibilities, and I mean, sometimes this job comes with some level of liabilities and all of that. But in recent times, we've seen that customs have made several arrests and some cargo have been seized, some, and most times it has to do with false declaration. Why do you think this is happening so often in the port?
Well, the freight forwarder is the parts in the supply chain along the line from production in the country of origin to the final destination. And when I say destination, I'm not even talking about the port now. I'm talking about perhaps the warehouse or even to the final consumer. The freight forwarder is a very important element in that supply chain. Okay, and you have a lot of partners or parties who would have performed one or two functions along the line. Even the bank that are involved for the finance, the custom is one of it, the Nigerian Port Authority, the carrier, shipping company themselves, or the airline, they are all part of the supply chain. So the freight forwarder is just one of them. But what's happening is that it's what you call soft target. When the freight forwarder becomes the soft target, you lay hand on him and you're able to squeeze him and put all the blames on him. Perhaps also because the industry, freight forwarding industry, has not been able to properly, to a very large extent, organize the industry and become strong in such a way that some of these things will be prevented. And that's why, that is the idea of having the CRFFN. Okay. The CRFFN is supposed to have done all of this. It was born to organize the industry, to make it a professional practice, as it is obtainable all over the world. But unfortunately, it's still a far cry from what we have on ground today. So the freight forwarder is exposed to a manner of risk.
Now, if we say they're exposed to some certain manner of risk, don't forget that before a freight forwarder begins his job, he needs some documents to help him even begin this job, and oftentimes bill lading, and then of course maybe some other corresponding documents. Now, how is a freight forwarder supposed to validate the exact contents declared in the bill lading?
Exactly my point. You just mentioned a very important transport document, which is a bill of lading. If you look at bill of lading, I wish I had one here, we are showing you. If you look at a bill of lading, for instance, what the freight forwarders should have as protection is what the carrier themselves already do. Okay. There is a clause on the bill of lading that says shipper, load and count. At times you see STC, said to contain. That is the transport company, that is the shipping company, who have issued this bill of lading. It says that it is you, the shipper, who has loaded the empty container, that you have said that this thing contains so things. It's you, the shipper, who have loaded, who have counted, that he as a transporter or as a shipping company or as an airliner has no business with the content as long as the government of the country allows you to do that.
In your opinion, how do you think freight forwarders, I mean, because these things, you guys are businessmen, I mean, you need to clear this cargo, you know, to make a living. How can freight forwarders protect themselves from some of these, likely dubious importers?
Okay, there are multiple ways to approach this protection. The simple and easy thing to do is to get indemnity from the consignee or the importer. The importer should be able to sign an indemnity to indemnify the freight forwarder that I have given you so documents and these are the contents, and so be it. You sign, it goes to the court or the registry to notarize it, and it becomes a working document, a legal document. So peradventure, if anything is found in the contrary, you as a freight forwarder will not be held responsible. That is a very easy thing to do. Then on the other part of it, on a larger scale, is to have a legislation around it. Okay. If it could be as an amendment to the CFN Act, which is supposed to actually protect freight forwarders, just like the shipping industry have done. For every transport document issued, such as bill of lading on airway, that clause must be inserted.
And it's a good place to leave it, even though there's some questions I want to ask, but for this episode, time will not permit us to go further. Thank you so much for your time on the program with us today.
Thank you, Mr. Brownson. Nice having you.
All right. Not permit us to look at all the questions we would have asked as far as this is concerned, but I must say a special thank you to the Deputy National President Seaport of the National Association of Government Approved Freight Forwarders, Chief Afam Chukuma, for his thoughts on this issue. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. Thank you for watching. Now, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms currently displaying on your screen right now. You can also send us WhatsApp messages. First of all, I must say thank you to all those that have sent us WhatsApp messages. We get your messages. We highly appreciate it a lot. Now, you can also go to Nigeria Maritime TV on YouTube. Watch our previous content if you want to be ahead of the stories of the happenings in the maritime sector. It breaks on Nigeria Maritime TV on YouTube. So go there right now if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, and feel free to watch previous content. My name is Brownson Unwana. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Until we meet again next week, please stay safe.